Back on watch, you oh god, you can see how much tilted we were right now. We are almost done with the cargo operations. Route is set. In the coming days, I'll show you how the route plan looks. We sent a message to the weather services to see if Bay of Biscay has any storms or troubles. I'll update you with that later. Right now, I'm going outside to put my GoPro for a time lapse of this departure. Captain, forward radio check.
Loud and clear, Karan. You can also pick up the fire line.
Copy that, Captain. We've got our tugs here. Number 1, number 2. Forward 3 headlines of the bollard picking up. Chief forward, all lines secured, anchor bars down, finishing forward.
Very good, Karan. Thank you. Good rest.
Thank you, Chief. That's the end of Algeciras for 15 days. Oh, guys, time for some well-deserved dinner. That was a long maneuver. By the way, believe it or not, I did 20,600 steps. I'll put a screenshot in the last 6 hours. That's the disadvantage of having a very big ship. You have to walk, check lashings. This is quite a lot, believe me. So ladies and gentlemen, it's the next day. We are here in the Portugal coastal water, just entering a TSS. This part is the Roca control. Of course, there's a lot of reporting which needs to be done, and I made a template. So that's what is happening at the moment. It's nice and blue, if you can see outside. Good temperatures. Let me tell you what the temperature is outside. This is the Mediterranean end, so it's always pleasant here. Temperature 21 degrees Celsius. So let's now get down to the favorite part, which is the route overview. Let's do that. So this is where we were yesterday, Algeciras. Departed from here, presently somewhere here near the Portugal coast. Then we have to go north and enter London. So this is till the pilot station. Then we go inside just near the starting of the Thames River. So it's going to take 4 days. It is 1500 nautical miles, and look at this part. Okay, let me turn on the wind area so you'll understand better. Now the red zone, first of all, we are going to be entering Bay of Biscay. This is always troubled waters. So if I put spot weather and see here, I've just put the arrow here, you'll see we are predicting waves of height. First of all, winds of 36-35 knots, wave 4.5 meters. That's a lot, guys. We'll cover that during the journey. Then there's a storm called Fernand which has developed. So let me simulate. Oh, it's approaching towards us. Not good, not good. This will be 3 days from now. Oh man. Anyway, the legend is that this is always a troubled area. Also, we are just doing 10 knots, which is very strange. This ship, we are used to doing 18-19 knots. That's because our ETA is like that, so we have to adjust accordingly. So doing less than, more or less 10% load on the engine. That's good for the engine and the fuel consumption. But sometimes for traffic, having good speed is better than slow speed. This is what my personal observation has been. Some knowledge sharing with you all. You see this yellow boys, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like these are the separation zones. So these are marked by virtual AIS. That means there is no physical buoy present out there. Nothing, is just the sea. But since we have AIS, they have been marked like this, so we know when we are navigating that we are reaching close to the separation zone. So of course you can go into the separation zone in case of emergencies, but generally we proceed in the general direction of the traffic flow, and we don't enter into a situation where there is a vessel coming northbound and there's a vessel southbound and they both come into a collision course. That's why these separations. So that's knowledge sharing 101. By the way, we took some fresh fruits from Spain. So I'm just having my mid-watch snack, which is the fruits. I have stopped having cookies because I'm gaining little weight. So yeah, better to have this kind of sugar rather than artificial. It is the day 2 into the voyage and action has started. Like I was showing you yesterday in the weather subscription that there is a storm coming, and because of that we have increased from 10 knots back to our original speeds, which are 16 to 18 knot range. So we have increased to 65 rpm. That's because we need to avoid this heavy weather which is coming in Bay of Biscay. I'll show you again the forecast and the warnings which we got, so you have an understanding of how the captain makes decision. So let's go on to the panel. So if you see right now, this is the planning sheet sent by the weather subscription. Now present route remains valid, but condition will gradually build in 2 days when fresh to strong winds blah 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 is coming and vessel enters English Channel. What they mean is, you see this yellow and dark orange patch here. This is the heavy winds, around 6 meter waves coming into the Bay of Biscay. This is the Bay of Biscay. So they gave us a predicted path that we need to increase speed and reach this part, which is the English Channel Dover Strait part, before this shit comes inside. This is the next chart which they sent. So it shows the wind indication. You see these arrows, these are wind from the direction they are coming from, and these 2 bars behind. So the bigger bar is 10 knot and the smaller bar which is here is 5 knot. So they tell us that okay, on this date this is the wind which will be coming onto the ship. So we'll be getting it from a beam, which is from directly from our port beam. Now my favorite part, the weather chart. So today, right now, we are just on the Portugal coast. We are speeding up so that I'm going to simulate it. So I'll simulate it for 2 hours. Every 2 hours you'll see how the weather is moving. You see this blue dot, that is our ship moving after every 2 hours. So that's how the bad weather is moving in respect to us. So you want to go as fast as possible so that we avoid this area. There is risk of 4.4 meter height waves, which is always more. Risk wave height 5.4. So if this shows 5.4 or 4.4, we always take 1 meter above, because in the nature is suddenly changing at times. It is unpredictable. You cannot go with exact measurements. These are accurate enough, but still you need to have something in your bag, you know, some kind of a leeway. So yeah, right now already the swell has also increased. You will see what I'm talking about. Let me zoom in. You see, we are at a very high position, almost 70 meters from the sea level, and still you can see the wave build up. So you can imagine how the small ships must be struggling to pass through this area. Anyway, Bay of Biscay will be tomorrow, and I'll cover that in the video. I came on watch at 12 in the afternoon. It is 2:30, and within 2 hours the outside atmosphere has absolutely changed. See, everything has become grey, and wind speed has also started to increase. Let me just show you. Go to CID, I'll put the true wind, and you'll see now it's coming from our port side, somewhere from the beam. So we were seeing the map, it is mostly accurate, 18.9, 19 knots. If I go out, you'll see everything is becoming overcast, from that blue beautiful sun to absolute grey. Yeah, so that's how weather shifts and changes quickly out at sea. You have to be proactive all the way. But today is a Saturday, and we've got this special dinner. As you see, the second cook has already prepared some shrimps, and before the bad weather, we're gonna have some good meal. There's salmon, and of course there's all kind of steak and stuff. So this is for the crew, for the officers. Outside, oh, it's already begun to rain. Oh man, after dinner we'll go up and see. So guys, back on watch after that very nice dinner, and the main purpose for recording this is just to let you know that in the past 4 hours, see how the bright blue ocean has become dark and grey, and this signifies mostly that we are entering Bay of Biscay, and also the fact that the storm is somehow affecting us. You can see the rain clouds all over, and the swell also picking up. But tomorrow will be the real action. For now, it's just the build up. There's one important thing which has to be done now, which is sending a report to FinRep, which is the area which is monitoring this particular TSS. So I'm going to do that, and to see all these reportings, we use ALRS volume 6. Those who are interested or who are going to be navigators, that is for your information. So guys, just woke up. It's the day we are in the Bay of Biscay. Had a very rough night. There was hardly any sleep. This you'll see why, because we are all the time just rolling. Of course it's a big ship, so it doesn't feel that much, but you can see how the movement of the door is, the bathroom door. Just visual understanding. But I'll go out and show you. Didn't have much sleep, but yeah, that's Bay of Biscay. Have a look at the curtain, just rolling away. Also, my cupboards are like making this squeaky noise all the time. So night time I was like, what is this happening? Squeaky. Yeah. So yeah, you see, closing by itself. Let's go out. Have a look how choppy the sea has become. Big waves. Oh wow, that's the reason why we were rolling last night. This is crazy waves. Huge, maybe 5 meters, 6 meter swell. You'll see it up close. 1 second. Oh, look at that trough. That's our propeller making its way, but you can see the amount of power it is requiring to push through these great big wave heights and swell. Of course, it's not like a storm, but yes, it is very close to that. The good part is the sun is out, so it feels good to be out here. But on the ship right now, the movement is not very good. It's like very jerky. So yeah, it doesn't feel so good on the body. Also, you're not able to see the depth of this wave height. It's because we are quite high on the deck. It's a very big ship, like I keep emphasizing, but that's the advantage of being on big ships. It doesn't roll like 10, 15, 20 degrees. It just goes 5, 6, then comes back. Hopefully it stays like that. And at this time we have to make sure that the lashings are quite tight and they're not loose. And of course the base locks, which are here, have to be in close position. So in the morning the guys have double checked the lashings and the base locks so that any erratic movement doesn't cause the container to dislodge. Guys, you'll see it better from this porthole how the rolling looks. Look at that motor of the lifeboat and how we are going down and up. Yeah, anyway, I'm back inside and I'll show you that everything in the gym has also been secured. Seen the lashings done, all lashings done, everything secured. And yeah, I'll go up now on the bridge and show you all where we are in Bay of Biscay and what's happening. Back on watch, oh god, you can see how much tilted we were right now, and the vessel is rolling quite a lot. Actually, you can see it better from the bridge. On the deck I couldn't show you that accurately, but just have a look, you'll see the horizon. As you see, the ship is tilted and the bow is going up and down. That's because the swell is coming from our port beam. We'll see in the weather forecast, but just have a look at this. Got some traffic. I've got a big tanker right on my port side. Let's see how she is doing. So there is that tanker. I will zoom into her bow area and see how she is doing in regards to the weather. It looks quite stable. I think that's because she's quite deep drafted and quite heavy, so the swell is not affecting it too much. On the starboard side I have a Ro-Ro ship. Now that supposedly should roll quite a lot in this weather because it's got a big windage area just like container ships, and the stability of Ro-Ro ships is not the best. So let's zoom into there on the starboard side. So there is the Ro-Ro ship. Yeah, she you see the waves crashing onto the hull. That's what Bay of Biscay does to you. Anyhow, it's not that bad because we evaded the storm which is coming from behind, but still it's becoming quite tough to walk from port to oh wait, let me show you a perspective. See the bridge wing and the movement. See how high it is going, and then it will come down. There it comes down. Yeah, so that's why it's becoming hard to walk, because there is incline sometimes and then there is decline. So weather map, you see we are right in the red area. The wind, the swell, everything is coming from our port beam. So you see that's why we are rolling as well as pitching. Wind almost 30-35 knots. We'll check the anemometer and see if verify if it is correct, and then let's simulate it and see how it's going to turn up next. So it is reducing, but there is a lot of bad things coming from behind. That's why we had to speed up yesterday. So anyhow, we'll be safe until we reach Dover. So the wind indicator definitely states 29-30 knots as predicted in the computer software of the weather charts. So it is quite accurate. Now we will be entering, let me show you where we are at the moment. So we are on the coast of France. So another 3.5 hours we'll turn into the English Channel. let me show you more accurately. So that's France here, and then we enter the area where it is sheltered. So we have UK on the port side, France on the starboard side. So there'll be a lot of currents, but the wind factor and swell reduces. So that's why we had to do more speed to reach this area and then go inside. Alright, so let me give you a fun fact about Bay of Biscay. You see, North Atlantic Ocean is very deep, but as soon as this bay comes, it becomes very shallow. So if I zoom in, you'll see what I'm talking about. Now, you see there are numerous shallow patches here, 90 meters, 180 meters, 140 meters, and then suddenly, if I go more to the port side, you'll see 3,600 meters, 4,000 meters. Now, what happens is the swell from the North Atlantic Ocean in the deep waters hits straight into the continental shelf of Spain and France, which, like I showed you, is very shallow. So the waves come back and they go up to a height of 15 meters in the winters. And that's why in the earlier times, even the naval ships used to be scared and used to dread crossing this Bay of Biscay. So that's the reason it is notoriously famous, especially among sailors. And we are here today, and I can see why. I've done this journey many times, but every time the swell has been crazy big. So we have to be very careful, and that's why the captain cannot sleep when we are transiting this area. Since we'll be entering the Dover Straits, there is a very important book which is Brown's Tidal Stream, which tells us the speed of the tides during the high waters and low water. As you see over here, these are tidal streams. So we can find out what will be the speed during the 5 hours after high water Dover, and similarly 2 hours after. Then you can have before also, like here 6 hours before. So this is something which we require to calculate a speed through the Dover Straits. Let me show you why. So since you see over here, once we go inside, it becomes quite congested, and then the rate of the tide is very high. So suppose for example here, you can see it can go up to 2.5 knots against or 3 knots with us. So we have to calculate that manually to adjust our ETA. So our destination port is here in London. So you see there is such big tide which is coming in. So to calculate all of this, that Brown's Tidal Stream Atlas is very helpful. And tomorrow I think we'll be transiting the Dover Strait, so I'll cover that as well. By the way, just look at the number of wrecks which are out here. Like we were saying, Bay of Biscay is extremely dangerous. Of course, these are not dangerous because they are quite deep, but still goes to show the history of how shipping must be. I just came on the evening watch and saw this beautiful sight right ahead. Just see this, man. What a splendid sight. And we are just entering the area which I was talking about earlier in the afternoon. So just turn, it's coming another 30 minutes and everything is already looking nice and clear. Such a beautiful view. Just came up on the Monkey Island and we are about to do our Dover transit. You can see the beautiful coastline of France on the starboard side. Port side nothing yet, but United Kingdom is over there where I stayed this year for 5 months, 5.5 months for the UK COC. So it's a nostalgic moment. Got some ships in the forward, so I'll take over from the third officer and then see what's happening. Just wanted to check up something on the Monkey Island. So overtaking some bulk carriers. You see. Let's check out what Martin is up to. Martin, you taking us to Dover Strait? Yeah. Today is the busy period.
Dover Strait.
All right. How's the traffic? Looks okay. Yeah?
So traffic is okay.
Yeah.
But we've just overtaken her.
Right.
Around 4 or 5 cables or so.
Okay.
Right now you're all clear. Ship Hapag-Lloyd in the forward is around 13.6, so he's technically faster than us, but not
Right.
that much.
Right. Okay. I'm on loud and clear. Just took over from the third officer. We are going to be heading into the Dover Strait, which is this narrow passage, in around 1 hour. So right now 12:05 p.m. I'll put the GoPro on the bridge wing. We'll make a time lapse. Good to see land once again. All the ships ahead are faster than us, so that's good. Now I have to make the turn. So next course is 016. We are doing 047. So I'll slowly start giving the turn to port. We have to follow that Hapag-Lloyd ship, which is going all the way there. And yes, let's see how the day goes. This is not a very critical part, but the main concern is when we go more north. You see this area, this is where a lot of crossing happens between ferries from UK going to France. So that will be another 1 hour, 1.5 hours. If you see over here, we also have a lot of shallow patches on our port side. So I'm trying to stay away from it. I'll go here and go into the Dover Strait nice and easy. There's also a part where we have to turn into a small channel. See, that's a very famous buoy. It is a Sandit, and we have to go between this. It's a narrow passage. Let's see how that'll go. But yes, that's how our day is looking at the moment. We are going to go for anchorage because we had to speed up, so we have more time in our hands, so we'll drop anchor. Try to cover that as well. So that is some of the orders from the captain, which I have to go through now. And I'm enjoying this. It's a nice, good weather. Nostalgic memory because it's this place where I've been staying for the past 6 months, so it feels good. Almost going to reach that ferry crossing area, and you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 crossings already happening. Let me zoom out and show you how these ferries look. So mostly they are these DFDS ferries, and they are taking passengers from UK to France and France to UK. So you can see right here, and we are almost about to make the turn inside that area. Time for some knowledge sharing. These are cardinal buoys. So if you see 2 triangles upwards, this means stay north of this area. So you tell me about this cardinal mark in the comment section. So after a long time I'm seeing these, I had to practice them for ROR. And yeah, port side, starboard side. This is a practical knowledge for all the aspiring navigators. At these beautiful cliffs of Dover. This is beautiful. There was a time 3-4 months back when I used to sit on that side, during my COC days, and look at the ships transiting here. And now within 4-5 months, I'm back here on the ship looking from the other side. Now this is what life teaches us. Sometimes you are on the greener side, sometimes you are on the other side. So that's life. Another interesting knowledge sharing navigational aid. You see this red color small vessel. This is the Barney light vessel. It marks the shallow patch which is right over here. There were talks that they will remove this shallow patch, but there's a lot of fishing which goes on here, and it is very helpful for that, especially cod fishing and scallop fishing. So I'll show you this red light vessel, so you also know how navigational aids work out at sea. I'm trying to find it. I found it using the binoculars, but now I think I found it somewhere over there. Yeah, can you see it? The red vessel. Of course you cannot see it clearly, but that's the best I can show you how light vessels look. So another knowledge sharing. Today is navigation class. Beautiful. Hey Negi, come, I'll show you Dover Strait. Come Aja. This is real navigation learning, huh? I know you are electrical, but still, this is between UK and France. So you'll see.
In France.
Yeah, you'll see the coastline, huh? UK, France, in between, and you can see ferries.
Yeah.
You see the ferries, huh? So Negi, how you feeling? Good?
Very good.
Very good. Okay. Next navigational class. If you see, there's a light vessel here on our port side and one signal called Raycon. Now, if you go onto the radar, that buoy which I showed in the end, that's the Raycon giving a signal. Similarly, this light vessel is giving a signal. So Raycon is basically when our expand or expand radar sends an echo, this Raycon gets activated and transmits back a message only when it is triggered. So if I pick the report over here, you'll see what I'm talking about. So these are the reports on that, and you'll see that radar wavelength expand, it sends a signal group Bravo. Similarly, it gives all light characteristics. So for this buoy, the light is red, signal period 4 seconds, light characteristics flashing. I'll go on the light vessel, pick the report. Special thing is that here we've got a fog signal as well. So if there's restricted visibility, the fog signal will get activated and it'll be a signal period of 30 seconds. Similarly, the light vessel characteristics and stuff like that. So these are navigational aids. It helps a navigator understand and confirm that this particular buoy or a light vessel is the same thing which he's seeing on the radar and on the chart. So that's something interesting for you all to know. Practical navigation is something which I have learned much better in the Dover Straits. A more close-up example of the Raycon. See, the echo will transmit as soon as it has been triggered. It gives a Bravo sign. Spotted some big container ships along with us going southbound in Dover Straits, and now I'm about to cross the cardinal buoy which signifies keep west to it. So it is right on our starboard. You'll see there it is. You can see the cardinal mark on top, and also the light vessel is right there. So another close up. So this is where we enter a narrow passage. So we go more in towards our destination, which is London, and we have to take a big turn, which will be not in my watch, but I have to align the vessel till that time. So guys, the plan of anchoring has changed because the anchorage is too congested. So what we are going to do is, this is a windmill farm. We are going to go up north, exit this TSS area and go and drift. So the captain's marked an area. This is the area in which we will be drifting. So that's the new update. Also, if you want to see the windmill farm, it looks something like this. Guys, proceeding for the station, it's quite rainy like I was telling you. So got my raincoat on. Can see the coast of UK as you see here. Finally, mooring ropes and all are ready. I think guys are preparing it. I can hear the winches. So yes, Captain standing by a power station with all crew. Okay. By the way, this is the Thames River, so if we keep going in, we'll reach London Bridge, the Thames River. So this is the entrance of it. Our tugs are approaching, as you see. We'll be having 3 tugs today.
let's get it back.
Captain forward, 6 and 2 tight. One more operation done successfully. We are here alongside. It is almost going to be end of my watch. 5:48 p.m. Took a long pilot. It was for 4 hours. So I'm sure you must have seen in the time lapse. But as soon as everything is done, the weather is cleared up. I mean, what do we even say? You must have seen it was raining so much. And now, once everything is done, the sunlight is back. So Mother Nature takes a lot of tests sometimes. The next port is Rotterdam, which is a port you have to see. I'll cover it in the next video. Hopefully you like this video, and if you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Share the video. There's something known as hype now. You can hype it and subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out the life at sea journey on this vessel.